Whoosh! Hello, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If. And that is called, let's look it up. It's called What If Deku Was the Shadow Silence. So, let me explain this to you. Because some of you guys don't know what it's supposed to reference. It references two characters, or should I say, one scrap. Ooh, sorry. Give me a minute. I just burped. Okay. So, and excuse me. So, the one of them is Silence. The Silence. If you guys don't know what this creature is, it's a creature that basically on its neck, like underneath its neck part, cancels out sound around it. And so, yeah. And it was scrapped because probably the Debs didn't add it because it was probably too scary moments. And then we also have, in below zero, we have Shadow for Leviathan, where this one is basically is a lot more of a up in your face type thing. But yeah, now when I fused them together, I created this monster. So that's what we'll be talking about for the most. And reason why I'm making this video is because one of you guys, specifically like whoever made the Gigantian Leviathan What If story, got taken down because of been hacked thing. And I wish that you guys, whoever created that, bring it back heck in. So yeah. So then now let's begin our story with a young man named Zuko Midoriya. And I'll be mostly be on this page, but I will switch to different ones. And alarm clock will start in 4 minutes. So, yeah. So then, now let's begin. And I'm also adding Zumi into this what if, so don't mind her. She's just one of those characters. So, let's begin with Zuko. So, let's begin with a birth scene. So, Zuko and Zumi were born, and so at age of 3, they meet Bakugo, and then at age of 4, Zuko was diagnosed as quirkless, and his sister she was born with a quirk, but so that no one knew about the story that is called, it says Shadow Silence, and it's a powerful one. So the only two people that fell in love with him, that one of them didn't become, one of them didn't become a villain, is Toga. She didn't become a villain, like in canon, because she's madly, like, deeply in love with him. Sorry, I was itching my foot. And so she's basically falls in love with him. And she didn't know that he could turn into a monster. Monster. So no one did. Not even him. Okay? And so, yeah. And the other is Momo. Yes, I know it's kind of cheating because of the what if Deku was a Gigantic Leviathan storyline. And yeah, hold on, just make sure to. And hold on just 1 second. It's going to be off about a couple minutes, so yeah, I'll be right back. Now I'm back. Sorry. Let's continue the story. So, sorry, I was picking my foot. My heel part. Just to clarify. So yeah, let's continue. So Momo and Toga were had a huge crush on him, and they did not leave his side. So they both loved him so much. So yeah, his parents abandoned him, but or should it? Let me re-clarify this up. They didn't really abandon him. They just cut him out of their lives to train Zumi, the Zumi, their daughter. And there's so much. And she's actually in love with Todoroki and Bakugo. So it's a love affair thing, like a love triangle, where Momo and Toga loves Zuko, a way that he is, not knowing that he's basically a monster, or he has powers of the monster powers. Yeah, so he goes to a non-quirk school. Oh. Yeah, this kid goes to a non-quirk school, and his girlfriend ends up going to UA, with his sister and Bakugo and Todoroki. So we'll do a time skip to normally to the All for One arc. But no. Hero Killer Stain. And man, during the sports festival, Deku actually did one-shot KO'd Hero Killer Stain, knocking him out. So then Now, ready for the All for One arc? Good. Now, let's continue. So, Deku ends up basically having, his sister was captured by villains. All for One was like about to kill All Might, but then this big dragon-looking thing comes out of nowhere and one-shots All for One because they didn't see it because how dark it was, but they saw like all these like eyes all over his body, like 12 eyes looking right at All for One, and All for One was scared out of his mind. And yeah, it was terrifying as a monster grabs him, crushes him like what you do with a juice box. When you're like really upset, you just squeezed and yeah, it totally broke All for One. It didn't like make him explode thing, but it's just you know what I meant. So then he turns his sights to his sister as he reaches his hand out and grabs her as she's freaking out. She thought it was a Nomu, but a monster spoke in a low tone. "Calm down, sister. It's just me." As he talks smooth, like glass on pavement. Or he talks smooth like glass. As he looks at her. And when when she realized it was her brother, as she fainted, like her eyes, or as she gets knocked out, because she thought, or it was too much for her. So he used his tail and he knocks out all the other villains as he disappears through the night. As he goes back home, drops her off at school, or drops her off at the dorms, pets her on the head. Yeah. So, so then when she woke up the next day, she was sweating bullets. Like, she just thought she saw a ghost of her brother. As the news reporters are just like, who is this creature? Where did he come from? And yeah, so then a couple of days later, his his sister, instead of going back home to see Inko and Asashi, she went right for All for One. Or no, she went to the non-quirk school to ask for her brother, as her brother comes out um, like after school thing, and he's like, "What's up?" Well, I had a suspicion. Is that your true form? The monster form? The one that saved me from All for One? As he looks away, as he says, yeah, I didn't want to tell you. I learned how my powers work, actual powers. But that's why when you were endangered, my senses kicked in, and yeah, it was me. As yeah, so then yeah, then the truth came out of it. Was like when everyone heard the shadow silence, was everybody, including Todoroki and Bakugo and Momo and I know I almost said Todoroki. I meant Toga. Were deeply in shock. Even Inko couldn't believe that her own son is the shadow silence monster. And she always had a suspicion where he walks in, she turns around and she gets freaked out all the time. Normally, he walks in without scaring her and then ends up scaring her anyways. As so she realized the truth, she actually hugged her own son when they met again. Yeah, it was kind of weird. He also picked up Aries from Overhaul before. So it was kind of weird moments, if you know what I meant. So when Momo and Toga, when they both heard that their boyfriend is a monster thing, Momo ends up basically like walks right up to him I didn't know that you were the monster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's my powers are. You're so or as Toga and Momo said, you're so cute when you're flustered like that. Yeah. But you two aren't scared of me. So, yeah. Like everyone else. Yeah. So then a time skip to the future where Momo, Toga, and Zuko that is no longer hiding his monstrous appearance anymore ended up basically having 4 kids. And each 4 of them have like their father's powers and their mother's is quirks. So basically, yeah, each one. So they were just hanging out. And yeah. And I hope that you guys have a great day and have a good night or day, depends on the time zones. And also, sorry for the yesterday. I meant to say the like in the video that was before her that the to when the next time they uploads thing. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this what if story and have a good night or day. Depends on time zones. Peace.